Good evening, or afternoon, or morning, depending on where you are on this beautiful blue marble that we all get to ride on. Uh, Hope everybody is well. Speaking with Nitsky1 here, also known as Nitsy, also known as Nitsky. Glad you were able to join us. We've got an amazing matchup. It's Tybalt, the Gambler, versus Barde, also known as the Bardic Panda, and they're both 1-1. So definitely an important week here. Important match. Corgs, how you feeling? Feeling hyped? Feeling great?
I feel super great. This is going to be a great race for that reason you mentioned. They are both 1-1, and they're both pretty talented. So they're going to give it their all. They want to break out of the middle of the pack and shoot for the top of their group, which I believe is the Warlock group. There's, of course, a few folks at 2-0 there that will be battling later this week, but one of these could potentially improve their standings and give themselves a good shot at breaking out of the group into the bracket stage later on.
That's where you want to be. I agree 100%. Brackets is where you want to go. You want to land in, excuse me, in that top 6 in your pod or your group, we'll call it. Well, groups, I think we ended up calling it. And Warlock group is a very, very tough group. There are some very great names in there. John Burkhead, Inven, Frankie Bones, Tall Grant's 1-1. How'd that happen? Pretty amazing at this. Beauty and Discovery. Bardic Panda's pretty good at this. Bad Karma. Lots of great people. So I'm excited for this race. Now, Dave is known to roll a great steed or a quote unquote great seed. What are you looking for tonight?
Well, I do like the potential challenge posed by the hero. We're seeing Edge there in the starting spot, and then the hero icon at the center of the screen. We know he's a speedy guy, and you want your party to keep up. I'm looking at the hash at the bottom right of Bardic Panda's seed there. I'm seeing a ring. Runners would love to get a crystal ring, which could speed up adjacent party members. But there's also a star. There's a shirt, which I'm going to assume is a ninja shirt, and a claw. So this is a very ninja-themed seed, it looks like. And if they can pair up a thunder claw with one of Edge's powerful damage-dealing things, it's going to enable what will probably be the grind for both of these runners. It's kind of dominating the Mac Giant grind. So I'm looking forward to how this plays out, especially with our fast hero, our fast anchor, and what will probably be a very fast overworld.
For sure. I agree 100% in that regard. And excellent noticing there. I never even noticed the hash there. So
yeah, it caught my eye for some reason.
Yeah, well, I mean, crystal ring. Whenever you get a crystal ring, you feel great, especially in these types of flag sets that we're running here, of course, because both you and I are in the same tournament, and I believe you're 2-0 and I'm 1-1. So, yeah, it's gonna be great. We've got Cabe Magnus, Sand Ruby, Zot, King, Crystal Sword, Seal Cabe, and Vanilla Ribbon Room, and our partner in crime it's the Ed show with the Sad Ruby. Well, the good news is, hopefully there's
not so sad of a Ruby.
No. Hopefully there's.
It is, yeah.
Hopefully there's no duplicate. That's what the runners, I think, are hoping for, because Edge, yay. Edward, I mean, unless you get the spoon, honestly, I found like he's just not that good. And I hate to be mean, but gotta be good. Want some good people. Edward's not
yeah. Good. If we get the spoon out of Antlion Cave, he'll be good, and for at least the beginning part of the season, even with the spoon, my Edge might be getting itchy fingers ready to throw it rather than let Eddie wield it. But let's see, this is an objective, the San Ruby, and we do see Iridia, so no duplicate there, and potentially a powerful endgame character. We'll see how both Barde and Tybalt choose to use the Iridia.
Yep. In the meantime, some interesting divergence here. Tybalt has decided to look at the Mist Cave, and D-Lunars are there, so he's probably happy about that. And he's just going on and looting. He is not caring about who is in that bed in Kaipo. It's very interesting. What do you think about that, Cords? You think that's a good strategy here?
I would assume he's going to go there next, given that he's choosing to loot the Watery Pass pretty close to Kaipo. So I think he's going to head over there. Maybe just looking for that initial bit of info. Do we have a vanilla D-Mist, I guess, would be what he's looking at there. But we did just see a Morasame pulled out of the Watery Pass, so that is pretty much your signal to kind of just start clearing stuff.
Yeah, just a casual Murasame, just popping out of nowhere. You love to see it if you're a runner. You hate to see it if you're trying to commentate and trying to troll our runners here. But it's definitely good for agility manipulation later on. So because it does reduce Edge's agility by 5, I believe it is. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That sounds right to me. Yeah, I know it's a -2 his agility, which can be useful with an edge to kind of try to equalize the party or hit a certain breakpoint. We saw Barde pull 2 Sylph orbs, so now Rydia can dual wield Sylph apparently.
Oh, don't maybe in the next round. And Kaipo lady giving Tybalt the business there. You'll love to see it.
Somehow Kaipo lady faster than our edge hero.
Faster. She is. Sorry, I went to say something and I was so confused because it looked like Bart was gonna restart and he reset out. I think he accidentally hit new game there. So that just sort of caught my attention for a second there. So it looks as though he's doing the Eblin Castle looting strategy. What do you think about the difference so far in the tournament, Corgs, with some people going to Eblin and other people like Tybalt looting the front of Watery Pass and then coming to Damsian and basically raiding their treasury?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a wrong answer with these flags. I think that's what I found in my practices and some early asyncs. I never did Eblin Castle, and then I saw some people do it, so I copied them because that's kind of my big skill is I see like what other people do and I just copy it. So I've started going to Eblin occasionally, but with an edge hero, I typically probably wouldn't. But we'll see if Bard can pull something that makes it worthwhile. Because you saw, not that you're always going to find a Morasame in Watery Pass, but Tybalt's basically set for the early game.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with that 100%. I've also seen some people go to Eblin start and some people go to Watery Pass. So I think it just depends on maybe the hero you got, maybe the starting team, I guess. Like you said, you got a Murasame. There's really no reason for Tybalt to worry about the beginning, the start of the game, so to speak, in regards to that. So definitely very interesting there. Nobody interesting in the shower there at the waterfall, I believe, or did I miss?
I didn't see Tybalt check it unless he checked it before looting. Our restreamer NG Dave saying it's Rubicant.
Okay, I thought he did. I needed a drink. It's so exciting, and you gotta like keep hydrated. So make sure you keep hydrated, chat. And I just blinked, and Tybalt is such a good runner that he noticed it even before I did. Thank you, NG Dave, our amazing restreamer, for catching that. Ruby hanging out in the waterfall. Also, you love to see that. Now, it could be elements, could be Ruby himself, but either way, you have one of them out of the way, so you don't really have to worry about them later. And we have Yang at the top of Fabul with Sid, and that Murasame going to work there. You love to see it, eh, Corgs?
Yeah, it's hard to for any of the early game spots to hold up against an Edge wielding a Murasame. I like how the party's kind of well-rounded. We got a very fast, powerful ninja. We have a stout engineer. We have a potential black mage, and, well, there's a bard, I guess, too. So we kind of have a well-rounded team at this point.
Well, yeah, someone's got to sing while they're on the airship. You think it's just quiet? Like, could you imagine the airship just them not talking to each other or anything? That would be a little weird in regards to that. At least I think. So it looks as though Tybalt not quite ready to give up looting, taking some of the chests here in the Antline Cave. What's your thoughts about this? Especially going up into the the charm room where Black Belt is. What's your thoughts about looting in Antline Cave?
Sometimes, if I haven't really gone to other places, I'll full loop, and most of the time I'll do essentially what Tybalt does, minus him going into what some folks affectionately call the Cotter administration chest, where he got the black belt, or the charm harp room. That's a great pull from that chest.
Yeah, that's you know, if he was hoping, you know, what can I pull out of this chest? I'm sure if you told him you're gonna pull out a black belt, he'd say, "Yep, I'll take that." And it looks as though he's gonna be ready to sling Rydia there, and he's got a pigtail for his troubles. So good news.
Yeah, not progression, not an objective, and no hook yet. So kind of just an increment to our key items and something to maybe check later. We'll see if we get to a point where we have the hook but not the rat tail. Do you go out of your way to check it? We'll see if that comes up as a decision point.
Absolutely, I agree with you 100%. It's an interesting choice, and either or. If he picks it up, great. If he doesn't, also great. But our amazing restreamer gets to push the buttons there, so that's always fun. Looks as though no, sorry, go ahead, Cords.
I was just wondering if either you or someone in chat or one of the folks behind the scenes, again, we got NG Dave on Restream and Xenocat, our tracker, noticed if there's any big pull from Eblin that made it worth Bardic Panda's while there. Last I saw, there was a mute knife and an ice claw on Bardic's edge, so nothing equivalent of the Murasame, it appears.
No, I looked. There was nothing of, it didn't wow me like Murasame did. I was looking. It didn't seem too exciting, but we do have Barde picking up his pink tail, so you'll have to see that. And it looks as though the turtle has made a surprise visit to Fabul. Again, another spot you love to see this type of boss set, because it can really be rude in some other spots, so our runners are probably liking that. At least I would if I was in their place. What do you think, Cords?
Well, it won't be in the potentially required ribbon room, so that's the Keinatsu does damage with that wave based on his current hit points, and ribbon room is one of the higher spots in the game, so he's not going to be there. I'm noticing, though, that Tybalt's kind of telegraphing his intentions. He's knocking down that Rydia whip with every fight, whereas Bardic Panda's keeping the Rydia up, potentially because he found those sylphs. I don't know if he had her learn sylph yet, and if we're about to maybe see it used for the first time up in his Keinatsu fight, but there is a difference occurring right now in what our runners are doing with their party.
Absolutely, and there's I think there's merit on both sides, but then I also think, and this is just me, I'm not an amazing runner by any stretch of the imagination, where they keep that Rydia down, but when she grows up, she can get some really powerful spells like Bahamut, Leviathan, and I'm just wondering to myself why you would keep Rydia knocked down. I understand the slingshot's cool and it's amazing, but in the meantime, I feel like you're giving up that time to keep Rydia basically on the floor. What are your thoughts about that?
This just could be situational thing because you have the power of that early edge, especially on Tybalt's side with the Morisame, that you're not, and he doesn't, I believe, have any decent summons yet for Rydia. She doesn't really learn any other great spells for a while, so I kind of have a feeling the edge combined with, I don't know if does he have the Poison Axe on the Cid? My guess is he just feels he has enough for now. But we'll see if this gives something, this Pinktail turn-in gives some kind of equipment that's Iridia-centric. We'll see if that changes his mind. And
That's an Avenger.
as far as I know, Rydia cannot wield the Avenger.
No, you are 100% correct, my friend. Rydia cannot wield the Avenger. But, good news, we have two people who can. One's named Cecil, and one is named Kane. So there is a non-0% chance of running into them and putting that Avenger to use. If not, Edge will just chuck it, and I'm sure Tybalt will be happy to do that if and when the situation allows in regards to that. So
yeah, the moment I see that Pinktail, you have the hook, I'm thinking very, the thoughts of who's in Baron Inn, who's at that hook route are creeping into my head because, yeah, like you said, we have two characters that can use it. You need the Paladin version of Cecil, so Tybalt's going to get that online pretty soon, wherever Cecil happens to be, and if there happens to be a Kane. And luckily, we're seeing Valvalis on this side of the bridge.
yes, because you don't want to see Valvalis on the other side of the bridge because her magic defense is rough when she's in tornado form anyways. On this side, it's still going to be a bit of a pain, but ultimately shouldn't be too difficult. You just gotta hopefully keep your edge up and running in regards to that. 1136 using that dart very, very well. Unfortunately, Cure 2 whips. Not sure what that Cure 2 was directed at, but another dart from Tybalt, and he is through that fight with Valvalis. What's chat hoping for on the other side here? Hoping for something fun.
Yeah,
something
we'll see if it's something that challenges Tybalt. I do not think Dark Elf is necessarily it.
Nope. Interesting though that he did not heal himself. Like, his edge is going to go down here. I know it's not a high damage swap, but 55 is greater than 7. Last time I checked, at least.
Yeah, a little wanton with his party's health, and Tybalt got through that Valvalis fight quickly, but definitely expensively. By throwing the Shuriken, definitely a great spot for that, and the Gungnir. I guess figuring if you run into a Kane later on, you do have the Avenger. You don't necessarily need to start with the Gungnir. So very quick through that fight, and you can see already big damage just from that edge on this getting the transformation, and should be able to get through this Dark Elf pretty quickly.
Yeah, I agree 100%. It looks as though he is swapping some things out to get some extra damage, and he again that edge is living on the edge. But as they say, it's the last HP that counts. So you love to see it, and looks as though Dark Elf is down for him. Meanwhile,
99 total hit points on Tybalt's winning team there.
Nice. Shout out to Wayne Gretzky, greatest hockey player of all time. You can't change my mind.
And 4th best Canadian ever behind Getty, Alex, and Neil. So, yeah.
I will not disagree with you. I will not disagree with you there. Looks as though Barde has gone to Baron Inn. Let's see, yeah. And ran into Mom Bomb there, and Octo behind. Meanwhile, we have Tybalt at the top of Ordeals. So again, some interesting divergence. And we have a package. Do we need to be a UPS delivery guy today, Cords? I don't believe so.
I don't think that package is being delivered. I can't imagine who you'd go out of your way for. You have your Edge. I believe we saw a Cecil at Bardic Panda's spot in the Baron Inn. So we'll see as Edge faces down the Dark Knight in his vanilla spot and doesn't have to listen to any kind of speech.
Yep. Dave, is this even randomized? What have you rolled for our runners today? A non-randomized seed? Blasphemy, I tell you. Blasphemy. But as you see there, Mursame does work. But Magma Key for Barde. Very, very spicy Magma Key find there,
Yep.
especially with the hook. I wonder if Tybalt fades that check. What do you think?
I don't think so. Again, just to find a partner for that Avenger, I would be going out of my way for character checks. Package probably not being one of them. And even if you saw a Kane or a Cecil at the package, I would still try to check the quicker ones before committing to that full cutscene. So I'm expecting to see Tybalt go there, and we'll see how long it takes Bardic to turn in the Pinktail and to unless I missed that. Maybe Bardic did that already, and or go up ordeals.
I believe Bardic did already turn in the pink tail. I'm sure someone in chat can back me up on that. Please, chat. Please. I love you.
The fact that the hovercraft was there, I think leads me to believe that he did.
Yeah. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful he didn't just drop it there and not actually turn it in. And we do see cabins in Cure 3s, which I think on this flag set are very, very underrated in regards to their utility. They can definitely help you out, but Bardic says, no, I don't need any Cure 3s, and just buys a bunch of cabins. So thank you, chat, for helping me out there. Barde did turn in the pink tail, so we are golden there, and it looks as though Tybalt will be engaging the Baron in here, especially with non-Donkey Kong Cecil at the helm. So he'll love to see it, and he'll be extremely happy to have the amazing Paladin Cecil on his team.
Tybalt also gave us a quick peek at that package character. It was Porn, which is pretty good information to have if you're getting late in the seed and you haven't seen your white mage yet. And especially say you get Darkness, and Darkness is the dupe, and you haven't seen a Rosa, knowing that Porn is there, is kind of a nice security blanket or something you could pursue if you really are desperate for a white mage. But hopefully, for Tybalt's sake and Bardic's sake, they find one a little bit sooner. Bardic's going to give us our first look at the hook character, and there is one of our potential Avenger wielders.
It is the amazing Kane with oh my goodness, Leviathan at the Ruby spot. So shouldn't be too difficult for our runners to take that down, I don't think.
Yeah, but having the Magma Key, I'm doubtful that we're going to see that fight, because it does not look to be an objective tonight. So I'd be surprised if a runner committed to doing that, unless you are desperately searching for a Demus in the first spot.
Wow, imagine if there is a Demus in that spot and it actually has, like, the Darkness Crystal. That would be super spicy.
We can dream, Nitzy.
We can. We absolutely can, and I will continue to dream, and I will continue to advocate for seeds like that, which are super spicy, because you love to see it. Because it's, I'm sure it's happened before, so let's happen again. What do you think?
I'll sign up for it right now if we have any say.
All right.
Nice find by Bardic. Little full moon to back row his Edge, resetting out of the Staleman chest, which he found in the lower of the hidden chests.
Yep, I like this play. You go and check the character, and then you save, and then you do your looting. It means you miss more than likely. Sometimes I go up and get that one sort of random chest up there, but usually you can pull some good loot out of here, so I definitely see no fault in doing this as well. And just to come back to the previous point, you were absolutely right about watching the Falcon not being an objective here. So this may be the last time that you see Cave Evelyn in this entire scene tonight, chat. It's very sad, very, very sad. The kids at the hospital here, where Tybalt says, no, I'm not going to visit the poor kids who were hurt in the hospital. I'm just going to keep on keeping on.
Yeah,
And
we're saying goodbye to Eblin Cave, but there will be other caves. This is an RPG after all.
this is very true. This is one of many caves in the world that we live in. And what do you think? You think Tybalt's gonna see this cane? Yep, that's what I figured. He was like, no, I'm sorry. Return to sender cane. You are not for me. He was probably looking for... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Still has the Barde in his party though, huh?
Yep. Which I find interesting that he decided that no, I want to keep Edward and not Kane. So he's decided that, I guess, smartly, he's decided that he wants Forum instead of probably Edward. Would be my guess. Question in chat. Sorry, Quarks, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. Just question in chat from Taco Milk. Did I see a cane? You did see a cane, but unfortunately, you see that shiny paladin Cecil there. He's gonna probably take over the star of the show. I mean, Edge is still gonna do a lot of work. Don't get me wrong. With that Murasame for Tybalt, which is playing very huge right now into his small lead as we just roll over the 23-minute and 17-second mark here on Free Enterprise channel, as we do see Mist blowing up there. That was a long answer
I'm
to a
curious about
question.
the Kane decisions from this perspective. You know, we know in this flag set that unless you go out of your way, you're less likely to see the Holy Sword for Cecil, and his ability as a cover tank is really coming into the forefront. So one thought is you leave the Avenger on Kane, let him do his thing, because the moment you put the Avenger on Cecil, he loses his cover ability. So that definitely would have been a thought in my head, because Tybalt had the decent Gungnir for Kane, but darted it. So maybe he was thinking, well, I don't really have anything for Kane. So we'll see. Just a thought I had, that perhaps you want Cecil not to be your damage dealer, and let him kind of ride the back row.
You know what, Quartz? That is the 200 IQ plays that I am more than happy to listen to, as the cavalcade of monsters is going to be destroyed very quickly on Tybalt's side here. Yep.
I mean, unfortunately, because 4 of them came in, there were 2 of the party members in bed. They had plenty of beds for everyone, but yet I guess they're going vacant tonight.
Yep. And question chat, was Tybalt the one who darted the Gungnir? That is absolutely correct. So I feel like at that point he said, you know what, even if I see a cane, it's we're gonna go with Cecil at this point, and I definitely see absolutely no arguments in that. Also, Jared Tate, thank you so much for the raid. We greatly appreciate it, and welcome on in, Raiders. In regards to that, yes, Mylon changed rogues. He went rogue, and unfortunately, they all died very quickly. Which our runners again are happy to see these sometimes terrible bosses in relatively easy locations. So, wonder how that's gonna play out in the mid game there, Quartz. What do you think?
Yeah, still plenty of nasty spots and nasty bosses to pair up. We'll see if the runners get hit with them. We saw the difference in strategy, mentioning darting the Gungnir, which Tybalt did to get through that Valvalis, but of course Bardic Panda did Baron in first, had that cane, was able to use the jump to do the traditional knocking Val out of her spin and letting the higher damage attacks just from regular old melee do the job.
Yep, definitely. There are some spots where Kane on this flag set does excel over Cecil. There are some spots, unfortunately, that he doesn't, but the jump command is a little OP. So I'm happy that that Bardic has decided to keep Kane along for now on the ride, but he will need a white mage of some sort soon, and I feel like Kane will be at the back of the bus based on the party that you see.
Maybe, though I might be eyeing that Sid a little bit. That's kind of an interesting call. You know, again, just simply for the fact that Kane can wield the Avenger while Sid cannot. But yeah, we'll see what decision Bardic makes, if Bardic even decides to check the package and go through it like Tybalt chose to do.
Absolutely, and we do see Tybalt making an omelet here. 215. He surely he realized that making that change was probably not in his best interest, because this yellow dragon can, as you can see, pack a punch.
Can we put it to sleep though? We just Avenger glitched the Slumber Sword. Not sure if I've done that before.
That is an interesting question. I've never Avenger glitched a Slumber Sword, ever. So, um, as we do see Bardic fight the Dark Knight in the non-randomized position, this Thunder attack is from the Yellow Dragon is just overall brutal. Like every time
we might need a reset here. Let's see what Tybalt chooses to do.
He is in the inventory like a boss here, putting that stuff on Sid like, Sid, help me out here. A miss from Cecil, and he is down. This is not how you drew up the plan to get some experience. Wow. And sometimes things can just go sideways. And that takes him back to, where is he now?
Is this pre-Porum, pre-package? Is my worry there?
Oh, that would be.
It's definitely pre-Magma Key, of course, as we're seeing it. But I think he went. Yeah.
Yeah. Xenocat confirming. Thank you so much for that, Xenocat. We greatly appreciate it. So Bardic. Basically getting that time back, and is probably now just a touch ahead of Tybalt, just based on those moves. To chat, what I want to say to you is, don't forget to save. It takes 3 seconds. Do it. Because things like this can happen in races.
So there's a particular irony here. Lucky chance, I was on comms for Tybalt's race last week, and his naming scheme leading into that race referenced the fact that he has been known to, and he was hoping not to lose time due to not saving, and it didn't really hurt him last week, and unfortunately we just saw it bite him this week.
That's
so it's something on his mind. I was wondering why he was scrambling so much during that Yellow Dragon grind fight, and it was in the back of my mind. I wonder if he knows he didn't save.
Well, and I was thinking the same thing too. Like when he went down to like the 3 characters there, I was like, you got to just reset out at this point, because he's gonna you're hoodwinked basically. And he tried to scramble, and unfortunately did not work out. So. Yep, E-Ninja, Baron Inn had the spicy magma key, so rip hook route, but also rip to Tybalt again, having been a runner who has made these kinds of mistakes, not saving mistakes, but similar mistakes where you lose a bunch of time, you feel Tybalt's got to feel now like he's 20 minutes behind. I mean, it's only 30 minutes into the race, but I can tell you as a runner who's gone through things like that, you just feel like, oh geez, I'm in some serious trouble here, and I need to pull out some sort of Hail Mary miracle to get things done. As we see Bardic, who's going to pick up his Porum very shortly. What are your thoughts when this sort of thing happens, Corgs? Are you a person who saves meticulously?
I'm definitely an oversaver. And even with that characteristic, it still has happened to me. The situation Tybalt finds himself in, so it's even kind of more devastating, maybe because I just assumed I saved. But the good news is Tybalt is a tenacious fellow, and you can see he's not throwing in the towel. He's kind of changing course. Maybe he goes to Dwarf next, and maybe he lucks out and gets a White Mage there. We'll see. Maybe he's about to go down to Feymarch and get a freebie, but you can see it's a bummer of a mistake, but Tybalt is pressing on, and in fact going right back to the grind fight that took him out and dropping a
And
save.
saving. I was going to say if he doesn't save at this point, then I don't know who's driving the bus there. I mean, if he can play the game however he wants, it's his race.
I'm just still wondering what's killing the dragon in an efficient manner at this point. The advantage you were mentioning earlier, the advantage of Barde keeping Iridia up, she probably knows stop at this point, and that's one way to cleanly get through that fight.
Yeah.
Whereas Tybalt's got a level 1 Iridia.
Yeah, sorry. Apologize for interrupting you there, Corks. Iridia learns stop at a really low level 15 to be exact, and you can get that through the overworld. But you know what Tybalt's just gonna do? Just throw things at the problem, and
specifically Gungnir's.
Yeah, but keeping his Iridia up, definitely an interesting choice there after keeping her down. I understand the sling at this point is why he did it. So I'm curious to see how far Iridia had slung. Unfortunately, I missed that chat. I missed how many levels Iridia got. Hopefully it was over 20.
Yeah, certainly a lot, and the Cecil racked up levels as well.
Yeah, perfect. Xenocat, our amazing tracker behind the scenes, 23 levels, and Neptune, verifying what they said there. So you do see now copious amounts of saving from Tybalt. He's probably learned his lesson greatly from this race. But, yeah, that's how free enterprise rolls sometimes, chat. Especially when you got a big bouncing CPU there behind Dwarf Castle. What are your thoughts on that, Corks?
That's kind of whimsical to see the big sphere bouncing around up there. It's just it's a big old gray beach ball. Not the most exciting color, but still you can have fun with it at the beach.
Absolutely. You can toss it in the water. You can toss it to your friends. This is not going to be a difficult fight again. It's just more of an annoying fight at this point because he only has about 7,100 hit points, as you see there. The remedy from the defender, which is at the bottom, is 10% of CPU's HP at that spot, and the Mazer will do 10% of 10% damage based on your character's maximum HP at basically this fight, so it doesn't matter where you face him. But he's got 7,100 hit points to chew through here, and it's just going to be a chew because you can't. I mean, he doesn't have anyone to berserk him, even if he wanted to.
But nobody has.
He has the Avenger. But
I want to know at one point. I'm feeling we're going to see it come out. I wonder if he's counting his damage and he's kind of targeting a certain spot to flip on the Avenger and kind of take that fight over.
That's a tough 50-50 because if that attacker goes down, chat, CPU doesn't really like that and runs a program called Globe 199, which has the unfortunate consequence of basically wrecking two of your characters. For the most part, I know there are lower magic spots where maybe you can survive, but for sure, it is.
I think it didn't need to do it, but the advantage here is with the edge hero, you might get a whole bunch of swings before those globes come out, but doesn't matter. We're through.
Yep, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Iridia learning virus, no big deal. Just another day, and this is the exciting part. So Rydia's going to grow up
Let's see it.
before our eyes. Oh, is this even randomized? Engineer, what have you rolled for us?
And I am personally very happy for Tybalt that he got rewarded with another white mage.
Yeah. Oh, that was fast. I saw that Rydia got Leviathan, but I did not see anything else. But again, Tybalt knocking that Rydia down, saying no experience for you, none.
I'm with our vanilla. We've had 2 vanilla bosses, and they're kind of thematic. We've had the Dark Knight in the changing room, and now we have Golbez at his spot.
Yeah. Well, it's like the brothers got together and said, you know what? For this seed,
Yep.
we're just gonna play our regular roles. We're not gonna go outside the lines. I'm gonna summon Shadow. He's gonna kill a couple of people, and I understand why Tybalt was dropping characters. You'd rather see someone with more HP kind of survive here versus someone like Rydia, who would probably just get one shot at this point. And we do see Bardic on the other side there. He is going to do the same thing. I just see there he does damage. The lit 3 is going to hurt a little bit, and he's just down to Sid. This is where I get kind of scared, Corks. I don't know about you.
But not a lot of damage coming out of that Sid. I would probably want to burn a Star Veil here just to be on the safe side.
Yeah,
you don't want that lit 3 to hit you.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that 100%. It is. Oh, sorry. Sorry, chat. Golbez is Cecil's brother. Spoilers on a 33-year-old video game. I think it just celebrated its 33rd anniversary. So sorry, spoilers. And he does smartly get that Star Veil up, and good news, it's only about, I think, 3,000 hit points here at the vanilla spot, if memory serves me correctly. So you just whack away with that hammer with Sid here, and you just hope that Star Veil holds up, and it does.
Yeah, that was a good call. Switching to the Earth Hammer, I believe it hits the fire weakness of Golbez, so a little extra damage. That I think he had an axe on, and that was not hitting for too much.
No, it definitely was not, and definitely smart on him to go ahead and make that switch. You see the vanilla hand. Let's not go and grab the crystal before the hand grabs it. Let's just admire it as it disappears.
It's kind of a stately march. If a hand can march, that's what it's doing.
Absolutely. And what are the Dwarven Kings going to provide us, and special guest Luca? It is a rat tail. How interesting. I definitely predict a turn in there, as Tybalt just does some rearranging of spells for Cecil to get that exit in an easy spot. I wonder if he goes to do that right away. No, I mean, first you gotta go to the Dwarven pot of amazingness.
Yeah, it's made by dwarves, for dwarves, of dwarves, or something like that.
Possum, there was an audio glitch. I apologize. I don't have any sound, so unfortunately I missed it. But I love when those fun things happen. Those fun audio glitches. All I can say is the Super Nintendo was an amazing console. It looks as though Tybalt's gonna break his last siren. Or sorry.
Guess wants to get those levels on Rosa, perhaps in preparation for a grind, or maybe you want to have Blink available. We'll see where he goes next. He did fully heal. I guess we needed that following the devastation that Golbez wreaked on the party. We'll see what he decides to do next, if he wants to trot down to Feymarch. I don't think he's been there yet. Bardic went down there, got the pass, which was the freebie item, so that's a nice thing to have in your pocket.
Thank you. I had missed that on Barde's side, so thanks for picking me up there, of course. I appreciate it. Audio glitch again from Sylph. You love to hear it. I will have to watch the VOD, that's for sure. And while our runners are just doing their thing there, just shout out to what they do here. Without these runners, it's just me and Cord probably rambling for an hour and a half about how this is an amazing 33-year-old game, and I'm going to provide spoilers. So
we could do it.
Yeah, we could.
We don't need them.
No, we don't. But it makes it.
It's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's much better than us just rambling. That's for sure. So give them a follow. They deserve your love, and the follow's free. So hey, why not do it? And then in the meantime, also while we're kind of crossing paths here, sure you give my fellow co-commentator Microchords a follow. It's amazing. Streams Final Fantasy does this amazing thing with the Eddie music there. NG Dave making sure that everything looks nice and pretty. And Xenocat, they're pushing the buttons. So shoutouts to everybody who makes the magic happen here. As Lopez is going to show us the real terror, and we do see at the bottom, we see a Bahamut at the Leviathan spot. Thoughts on this, Cords?
Well, first thought is, of course, folks should follow you as well. Nitsguy1 on Twitch. I think you streamed a practice today. Is that right?
Yep, it was a hot mess seed, and I rolled it, so I only have myself to blame.
But as far as this Bahamut goes, yeah, we had Rydia learn the equivalent Bahamut at Dwarf Castle, so nice to use that. With only 3 Star Veils, without any other damage, I think it's doable, but you got to get the timing right. But with the Cecil Avenger and the Rydia Bahamut, and then also the Reflex we're about to see, hopefully he'll be able to get through it, because I believe once again he didn't save.
And no.
Got 1 Star Veil left.
Yeah, 1 Star Veil. This is the miss menu. You hate to see that. Accidentally life-winning Rosa.
Yeah. Are the veils still up is the question.
It looked as though it was when I saw him menu there really briefly.
Excellent.
So
Yes.
should be okay. Yes. The question now is, because this Bahamut seems pretty fast at this spot. At least
Yeah, I just think 1 more veil up, assuming these current ones are going to fall. I'm not sure how Edge's agility interacts here in this spot. Is that going to make the veils fall faster? But it doesn't matter. Bahamut beats Bahamut.
Yep. It's the classic Spider-Man pose, you know.
Yep.
Point at each other, so that's awesome. And his reward is the Earth Crystal, which is an objective, so he's probably very happy to see that, and also completing an objective at the same time. Objective number 5: defeat the king of the town of the monsters. So
yeah, we are getting very close to go mode, because the moment they locate that darkness crystal, that's going to be 5 objectives available to complete. So at this point, we're kind of looking for the Luca key, the harp, or both halves of Forge. So there is a potential that that we're going to hit that go mode pretty quick. It could also be buried, but that's kind of a double we just got. Defeating the king was an objective, and completing the Tower of Zot will probably be the next one Tybalt does.
Yep, the 2-for-1. You love to see it, so I'm very happy as we see some extra menuing here from Tybalt. And we do see Barde dropping off, picking up the rat tail, and he's gonna pick up. I apologize. I forgot what the item was here at the rat tail.
I don't think we've seen it yet.
Oh, it's Bahamut Summon. Oh, neat.
I mean, we've seen it, but not particularly from there.
Yeah. That's uh that's unfortunate. I was hoping that perhaps it would be like fun check, you know, twin harp into tower key into baron key into adamant territory, but guess we probably won't see that chat. Uh, question chat. Tybalt is nervous. Lot of misinputs. Um, I don't know. I'm more concerned the fact that Cecil is just hitting with his hands more so than anything else. So I don't know what's
Yeah, we
going
saw
on.
Tybalt set up cover strats here with Cecil. Took his healed up his Cecil, but left the rest of his party in critical health. So good, good technique here. We'll see what he decides to swing with. It's not going to be the Avenger because you don't want to lose that cover status. Just going to punch an arrow into Mylonzi. Just maintaining that cover status by using the Medusa arrow as an item.
Absolutely. Paladin Cecil's a bit OP with that ability, and Sheila 1 did have the adamant, so we do have half of Forge already, so that is very exciting. And we do see that it looks as though Barde is going to go up the tower. What do you think about this, Playboard?
Let's see. We don't have the tower key yet. It's so that kind of gives it a little extra sense of risk. Will you find something, or will it just be kind of a time sink up there? I don't think we've seen who's up there yet.
Oh no, Bardic, no, you can't sneak sirens.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've been doing that.
Yeah. Trust me. No, don't. Bardic, nobody has told you. Oh. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Question chat. Can't steal sirens. Correct, because on this flag set, we're not using the J item drop table, I believe. Is that right, Court?
That is correct. Yep. Prevents that. Prevents stealing Bacchus from the Mad Ogres. Just get boring old Cure ones. And we're not really in any kind of seed that's going to make having any Cure ones any kind of incentive to steal. And unfortunately, no big reward from the Mylonzi in the Queen spot. Just a Crystal Shield. So we'll see if Tybalt decides to turn in that Sheila 1, set that up, or maybe just go right to Zot first, hoping for Pan.
Maybe. That's what I would do if I was in Tybalt's situation. But Tybalt is a much better runner than me, so clearly there's something on his mind that I'm not aware, because he is back and ready for action there. And
yeah, Barde going right to the top, not saving. Let's see who is here, who awaits at the top of the tower. We don't know. This could be scary.
Could be a wyvern. Chat, let's hope for a wyvern. Yep. Question chat. You can get them at the Cocoa Shop. I had a seed today, you can see. Shameless self-promotion. Where the sirens were in the Cocoa Shop. And I had already finished grinding. Oh, and it is wyvern. With Blaze. Oof. Coming out hot, wyvern. I like it.
Not too bad with that, but let's see how long we can stave off the nukes. We do have our fast anchor, which should help a bit here. We should be able to get a lot of hits in before the nukes start flying. Hopefully we can do enough damage.
Absolutely. This is basically a race. The race against the clock for Bardic there, as Tybalt does sadly hand in his rat tail, gets a Bahamut summon, decides to keep it, but mostly because I don't think he saved before he went in there. So
yeah, if he needs some cash, it'll be a good source of money later.
That's very true. That's very, very true. Today's wyvern is being played by Potato. I agree 100%. So, oh, Kane, that's okay, buddy.
Yeah, I was looking at those hit point totals. This is a really low magic spot, but still 1,300. Even a fully healed Cecil here would still be right on the edge of Wyvern's range. So I think we're just going to play some life roulette. Hopefully the characters that are berserked will stay up, and I think we're almost through this.
Yep. And Rosa going down is not a worry. It's not that Edge who's putting in work, and not that Cecil's putting in work. Rosa doesn't get the experience, but there's still a lot of opportunity, I think, to pull up experience there. And it's a Luca key, which is part of an objective. So the top tower does play off in terms of at least objective completion for Barde. He might have been hoping to spike a spicy darkness crystal up there, but unfortunately that didn't happen.
Yeah, we're essentially in no mode the moment we see darkness, and darkness could come from either Zot or Luca, and I wouldn't be surprised if it does, and then the runners would just basically have to retrace each other's steps. Going up the keyless tower, we'll see if that's something that Tybalt chooses to do, kind of the more, the less likely play that Barde chose to do, and could pay off for him.
Absolutely. In the meantime, we do see Tybalt. He is going to raid the treasury. Not raid that treasury, chat, but raid that treasury. And let's see what we see here. I am taking a look and I am making some notes. But, the greatest boss of all time, the inventory boss, has been found secretly by Tybalt. You hate to see this, chat, especially in the middle of looting. You're basically, you're scrambling at this point. If you wish you had more than 8 slots.
It does feel nice, though, to get rid of those 8 things.
Yeah. A white shirt, ninja shirt, drain sword. Couple of good things, but at 53 minutes in, Corgs, if you were Tybalt and feeling like maybe you were behind, would you do the same thing?
Which play are we talking about?
Going into the treasury at this point in the game.
Yeah. That's a good question.
Sorry, didn't mean to put you on the spot there.
Yeah, no, it's to me it's a good question, because you do have the Avenger, you do have the Morisame on Tybalt's spot. You have kind of have all the kind of the major players that you're looking for. I probably still would have. Yeah, that's a tricky spot for it.
For sure. Hey, I'm leaning on you, Corgs. You are the superior runner to me, so I look to you for guidance in how to get good in this game.
I mean, maybe sometimes, but whenever you ask me these strategy questions, a lot of the times it's just, I don't know. Sometimes it's just what you feel in that very moment.
For sure. And I apologize.
No, it's a good question. No apology necessary.
Okay, you're a great runner. Like you're really good at this randomizer. So I always enjoy when you're streaming. I get to learn some things. So I'm just lurking there in the lurk.
Well, we got a decent runner in chat named Possum who points out really the big prizes you'd be fishing for are the Power Shirt and the Zeus Gauntlet to go along with that Avenger. And he's right. It's just, with this flag set, you're not going to be hitting an Excal or a Crystal Sword there.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, and that's why I wonder why you make that play. But Tybalt's reward for all of that is here. You get the alternate gauntlet. So chat, what happens in this flag set is instead of the traditional Pabul gauntlet, you get the alternate gauntlet. As we do have music at the bottom of the Luca cave. So you'll see that.
Well, we have everything we need except for Legend and Darkness. Everything is here for us.
Oh, and it's Walter Hag, as I like to call him.
That's his name, huh?
Well, yeah. Well, geez, Water Hag just seems too cliche.
Yeah. It's nice to be more personal.
Listen, we all need a name on something. At least I think. And
absolutely.
As you can see, he's hitting for 11. Um, the spot does not have a lot of physical attack to it. I don't think so, anyways. But yeah, it's not fun on Tybalt's side because unfortunately, in his team there, Edge is the only one who can really do AOE damage. I mean, you got Rydia, but are you gonna waste a Barde on like common enemies?
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
we just saw that. We saw that flame just do thousands of damage. So yeah, you're right. That ninja is kind of our mage right now.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's multifaceted, multi-purpose. Interesting choice by Barde walking out. I believe Rydia has stopped. So I am a little puzzled by this, but maybe he forgot that Rydia can warp out because she learns warp really early.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. If you take Rydia and you do the Hobbs fight and the Antlion fight, you get warp.
Yeah. That's NG Dave, our restreamer, confirming Rydia learns warp at 12. I knew she learned it before stop. I just didn't remember exactly when, but yeah.
And actually, if I'm remembering right, I think Barde actually attempted to use warp early on, right after the Antlion fight. So yeah, interesting. Maybe just kind of in the middle of the race. Sometimes not every little detail makes it to the surface when you're running.
New cat in chat noting sometimes you just want a minute to figure out what's next, and this walk is soothing. It is, but also we want to go fast, so it is statistically proven that warping out is much faster. I'm sure someone can give me the actual time save on it, but yeah, no, for sure. And we do see Tybalt here save a Porum. Yes, that's Porum.
That's Palom.
Oh, that's Palom. I can never get them. It's orange on the front for Porum and orange on the back for Palom.
Yep.
And we do see that Porum was added to the team. And
yeah,
we got some fade music in the chat there from someone named Possum Orpheus. Must be welcome into the stream, new person Possum Orpheus.
You see the Magic Sisters got a bit of a promotion to the top spot in Zot. Could be a tricky spot, but with the Avenger coming out and the speed advantage here, I think we're going to see these Magic Sisters get taken out pretty quickly.
I agree. It's not as scary. And once Cindy goes down, Sandy, it's all downhill for you, and you're just one-shotted at that point. So quite one-shotted, but you get the idea, Chad. And yeah, they took their promotion and promptly flushed it down the toilet, apparently.
Yeah, it did not go well for them. What is going to go well, though, we're about to get a little treat here.
Yeah, Rosa learns exit, so that's important. And, oh baby. Tybalt must feel like he just won the lottery, but also feeling like he's behind. He is going right into grind mode. He turns encounters on, he saves, and we're gonna see some walking. So chat, I forget who in the community put it together, but amazing people in the no can run era that we had in ZZ3, I think.
We do have our music playing at the moment.
We do. So I will. I'll get to that later. I believe the music's over. Record,
Yes.
It- and I'm sure it was amazing, whatever it was. As I sit in silence here, and
Yeah, it was Super Mario World.
oh, it's Super Mario World. Well, that's that's a tune I have heard, and it is an objective for Bart to complete Cape Magnus, objective 2. So um, both of our runners at 3 objectives completed. We do have Tybalt in what we affectionately call a go mode. Oh no, actually I lied. Not in go mode.
Yes, something tricky is happening here. Tybalt got darkness from Zot right as music was starting, and you were talking about the grind setup, which we can see him going into now. But what I'm afraid of is with his power from this grind, is he going? I mean, I'm assuming he's going to go right to Crystal Sword and Vanilla Ribbon Room, and then will he clear the rest of the room trying to find, the Twin Harp or the Luca Key, which we know was on the path that Barde chose to go. So really, he'd be hoping for a Legend Sword as its kind of bailout from the moon. So potentially a tricky end to the seed.
Absolutely. I don't know the odds or the probabilities. I'm not a statistic. I love statistics, but I'm not a statistics person. I'm sure somebody out there has figured out what the odds are of that happening to our runners here. Maybe somebody's there. If he spikes Legend in any of those checks, though, then it becomes a moot point because he does just need Legend Sword. As we see Power Shirt for bonking Yang over the head with the pan.
Now, if we see Legend from the pan turn into Sheila, that is pretty bad news for Tybalt, I think.
That is absolutely bad news for Tybalt. Is Tybalt's edge back row glitched? I believe the answer is no, because I've not seen a full moon or a boomerang, which would allow his edge to be back rowed. And I think there was an error on, yeah. So I think Tybalt accidentally switched rows. Is my best guess.
Yep, he corrected it.
Yeah, he did. And we see on Bardic's side, just here, been holding this axe for hours. Thank you for taking it off my hands. And Bardic probably feeling sad right now.
Yeah, that's a relief for Sheila and Tybalt then.
Yep. Tybalt is, as Xenocat, our tracker, has pointed out, Tybalt is not doomed as of yet, but there's still opportunity. I wonder, what? Here, Bardic, what do you do at this point?
Looks like we're probably going to go to Fey March, clean up that objective, and then he'll also pick up his Earth Crystal, and he'll get his Darkness. So he's kind of on the end game path, whether he knows it or not, which he doesn't know. But we know that he's going to do the things he needs to do to put himself into go mode, and then it's just a question of his grind and where Tybalt goes after his grind.
For sure. Absolutely right, NG that's my bad. I should have realized that was the only check he had left, but I'm not perfect. I'm trying. But as you can see, chat, this is the meta for our current tournament is this Mac Giant grind. Basically, it's like D Machine, but a lot less painful if you make a mistake. You can still make mistakes, but you're typically not punished too much for it. Just get some Ogre Axes and some Charm Claws, Charm Arrows, but don't make it so spicy like Tybalt is making it here. Definitely on the edge of my seat with this one.
Yeah, we'll see if he takes this opportunity to reset. And nope, just going right back into another one. You know, he's got the Cecil set up with the blink and cover strats at the moment. So as long as that blink holds or he recasts it, he should be good.
Yep. Definitely agree. It always scares me, and you know that's what makes these guys amazing runners. Barde deciding I'm gonna not do the objective one first and take on Mylon.
I guess just peeking to see which Mylon it was. We'll see how that decision or that knowledge leads to his next decision. Will he go directly for the objective spot, which is the one on the left, the king, with the Bahamut we saw Tybalt take out earlier, and that we know leads to Earth, and then darkness.
Absolutely, 100% on that, Quarks. I appreciate you once again bailing me out. Amazing co-commentator. Yeah. With 9 key items, and I did notice that as well. Possimotheus in chat noting that Tybalt only has 9 key items and is doing this Mac Giant grind, so this makes it twice as long. And I wonder, you still have some things on the table. Do you need to grind at this point? Especially when, ouch, Mac Giant doing 1100 damage to Cecil there. I wonder.
Yeah, I wonder what his plan is for the end game. Is it just going to be? Is he just eyeing up straight up reflex strats with the 3 mages in his party? Will he try to do some kind of hybrid? I think both could be valid here. You know, pure reflect tends to be a little quicker if he can set that up. But yeah, I didn't notice. I didn't do the KI count like you did and Possum did, and that's a little bit of a wrench.
Absolutely. If I'm in this situation, trust me, it sucks, and especially if you're feeling behind. But I would go to 10 before I start this grind. Question chat, is triple life glitch possible? It can be done, but it's like a unicorn almost. You'll see a double life glitch, but it looks as though Tybalt is done grinding.
420,000 experience or so. That'll be doubled up for anyone that was. I'm assuming both Iridia and Palom were under the threshold. I know Palom definitely is. I'm not sure about Iridia. Hopefully he had that set up correctly.
Yeah, I think we're seeing Iridia's spells now. Did not get to nuke though. Iridia just short of nuke, and also Quick Kid just short of nuke. So yeah, definitely interesting. Palom learns Quake at level 52. And not a sling on Iridia. Palom did get Meteo, so hey, there's hope. But oh, unfortunately on Bardic's side, I just looked over just as Bahamut was doing Mega Nuke, and I guess those Starveils he probably had up fell off as I was just interested in Tybalt. I'm so sorry. So yeah, unfortunately a reset for Bardic there. It's gonna have to go back in again, and is deciding to do the Mylon side this side.
Yeah, I guess he wants a few more levels.
Yep, I don't blame him. Note chat, Mylon Z is flying. Doesn't look as though he currently is, but when he's with his buddies in the elements, he is considered not flying. So make sure you write that down in your notepad there.
Yeah, and Bardic, I believe, picked up a full moon earlier. I'm not sure if it's still equipped, but that will do extra damage to Mylon Z. So I'm assuming we're going to see Edge get berserked up here. I'm expecting to see that full moon come out.
You love to see it, and I missed the moon character. It must have been a duplicate because nothing happened on Tybalt's side. So
Yep, another
uh,
Cecil.
you love to see it. Double Cecil, basically nonsense.
I mean, that is kind of what made me, when I first saw Free Enterprise, want to play. I tuned in, I had no idea what it was, and I saw a person with 2 Cecils in their party, and I said, wait, what? And then that kind of kickstarted my love of Free Enterprise.
That's awesome. That's awesome that you have that memory. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, like legit. That's awesome. Like I remember the first time I saw multiple characters of the same, and I was like, what? Huh? I think it was 2 pals I thought, and unfortunately for Bardic, that's a very punchy spot. Considering it's Ashura, is very punchy. And
Yeah, and we can see the advantage of, sorry to interrupt you there, see the advantage of Tybalt setting up the cover strats in that exact situation when he took that on. And I think, was it the Avenger that was on the Cecil in Bardic's fight that prevented the cover from activating?
yes, I believe you're 100% right on that, Cords. Unfortunately, in this game, there are some things that are true and there are some things that are not true. And Cecil can't cover when he's using the Avenger. So tough break for your party if they need some help. So I I think I think probably again Tybalt's just probably hoping to spike Legend Sword out of one of these couple of checks, hopefully.
Yep. And if not the legend, then definitely a key item before heading to Ribbon Room and those extra to kind of double up on that experience and get the kids either to nuke or closer to nuke to set up those powerful end game spells. And how do you feel about this fight, Nitsi, that Tybalt's fighting?
Oh man, this it's so tough. King and Queen Evelyn are the true final bosses of this game, chat, and I I can't even like I don't know how he's gonna make it because those 1 damages. Oh, more cutscene. So in this case, chat, spoilers. It's actually, believe it or not, faster to get to the cutscene at this spot rather than try and do enough damage to kill them. In other spots, you can probably kill them faster, but this spot has a lot more HP. So we'll just take the free 64K experience and roll on. And like you said, hopefully spike an important key item and to get to 10 and then hit that ribbon room and get that 200K XP. And that's a spoon. You'd love to see it. That brings.
Bardic's.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, definitely love to see the key item and something that Edge can throw. But I was just noting on Bardic's side, after a couple struggles with these Feymarch fights, doing the very wise thing of turning down the battle speed, kind of getting a little more control over the situation. And in stark contrast to the King Queen Evelyn fight we just saw, Tybalt opens up a box and sees 2 red dragons.
Did he say this?
That is what we're all wondering.
This Tybalt's just giving me heart attacks all over the place here. You just got 64K experience. What are you doing? I truly don't understand. As Palm unfortunately goes down in a heap there, these red dragons are going to hit hard.
Tybalt wants to wrestle away the crystal sword that these 2 red dragons are most likely hiding. That's my optimistic thought, at least.
Well, maybe. Well, we'll see. He does get 207,000 experience minus Form, but does get Rosa to White, though, so you'll have to see that. And I did not see that. He is way too
Just
fast.
a Dragoon Spear.
Oh, well, too bad you left Kane behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, rip Heat Ray.
It makes sense they were guarding it.
Yeah, I think Red Dragons only do Heat Ray when they're by themselves, not in a group of 2. Yeah.
Yep. See, yeah, Tybalt did a good job taking him out at the same time.
Yeah, I know some things about this game. just not a lot. But again, you see also living on the edge on Bardic's side, berserking up that edge, hoping to take out. Bryce, do you know how much HP is at this spot? It's like 30,000.
Yeah, it's mid 30s. I don't know if it's 35 or 37. It's something in that range. It's a lot.
And it's bonus round at the ribbon room. Interesting. I mean, not that interesting, but
good time to have nuke.
Yep. Definitely a smart play, because this D-Mist is going to have a boatload of HP, and D-Mist will attack 3 times and then turn into Mist, and then you get to play the waiting game. Now with that Avenger Cecil, yeah, don't ask me where those words came from. This is going to cause a problem if he does get to transition there. He's pulling out all the stops, so I think realizing.
Yeah, pouring it on.
The darts are fast and furious, chat. I've never seen a runner go as fast as he can and
Nice
get
job.
through. Nice job, Tybalt, because Avenger Cecil will continue to attack the Mist, and it will counter with Cold Mist. I'm telling you not to attack, and that's really the downside of it. And no key item, just a white spear and another Murasame.
All right, are we going to see the save and exit to check the D-Mist? Or are we going to see it looks like we're going to see the other Lunar Altar fights? Also on Bardic's side, just really good job getting through that, and wisely, I think, exiting. Bardic just has to follow this chain, do his grind to get his crystal, where Tybalt is still, we know where the other things are. Tybalt needs to find that legend.
He is in find legend sword mode or something. Obviously, he doesn't know where Twin Harp is and doesn't know where the Luffy key is. We obviously know, but he doesn't know. So in his mind, this could be one of the 3 key items that he needs. So, hey, the play is a sound play. Statistically speaking, I think, given the information it's the right play. Plus, Morpheus, don't even say that. As the samurai bow, that is the womp womp. Let's make a deal, Zonk, of the day. You defeated a boss, and you got all I got was this samurai bow. I mean, it's not a bad bow, but it's so already.
And we're exiting without checking Masamune. I was wondering if we were going to see Masamune first and then the exit, but it looks like it is time to see what Riddy's mom is holding for us in the Village of Mist.
Tybalt has made the decision that I can't do any more of these moon bosses without checking to see what's going on with Rydia, as Bardic is going up to the Tower of Zot. And right now, I would say, unless Rydia's mom spikes the Legend Sword, that Bardic is in the lead, even though he has 1 less objective done. So this will be definitely a make or break turning point of the match at this juncture here, as he is landing probably a little nervous at this point. Get 120. Sorry, go ahead.
Good job, though. He's avoiding triggering the package unnecessarily there by moving to the east side.
Yep. And it's his mom.
No.
Oh no.
All right, I think we're going right back to that moon.
We are. Yep. Tybalt almost blew up Mist again. You are right, chat. So we are going to see. I probably would have done this first just because I'm there, but okay, that's me. I'm not in this race, but at 120 and based on where he's at, he must be probably looking over for the dot done, and it's Doot Doot, everybody's favorite.
Yeah, we did
Literally.
have a dragon spear, but no one to wield it, so we I think that got thrown at Demus. So we're not going to be hitting any weaknesses here. We just got the dragon whip from Riddy's mom, and Riddy is on the team, but we reset out of it. So we'll just have to do some regular old damage, probably some nukes, probably not Bahamut.
Yep. You don't want to do Bahamut here. You do want to use Nuke. Nuke does not trigger a counter from Pale Dim. I forget what the counter is on a summon. Card. Do you remember that?
I believe Pale Dim will quake the team.
Oh, yes, Quake. I knew he did Quake for elemental spells. I didn't realize it was the same for summon spells, or it's tornado.
I think he just absorbs the elements and just counters summons with Quake, but I don't know if there's further details there.
Oh, but no worries for Tybalt. He's through that one, and Bardic is going through there, and it's a tower key. Oh boy.
Well, I mean, at the very least, it's going to push Tybalt towards the other path to go mode, which, you know, for his sake, he doesn't really want to have to go through that chain at this point. So we'll see the decision he makes. Will he do half tower? Will he still has, I believe, more Same and Bahamut on the moon. So decision for Tybalt. Will we see a save and then a return to Earth? Looks like that's the plan.
Yep. I was gonna say, it looks as though that's how it was gonna go. And again, Tybalt's probably looking over, going, "Man, I'm so close to go mode. If my opponent found something that I didn't."
Yeah.
Especially with those minor mistakes that were made.
You know, from Tybalt's point of view, you know, he just needs any one of these 3 key items, and you know, they keep dwindling down the options. So he knows he's going to hit something pretty soon, and he still has the levels and grind advantage. So even though Bard is in go mode, or will be once he gets through and sees darkness from Zot, you know, this is still high percentage chance that we're going to either have a close finish, a competitive finish here.
Absolutely. And I love to see it. I love the divergence of both of our runners, and you know, not clicking off the same numbers there on the flags. We do see another save from Tybalt, so that is good. And we do see Bardic handing over the Crystal of Birth to Golbez and rewards him with a lightning bolt. And so we are going to see the affectionately named Penguinator special. I don't know if he's going to go to the top, so hopefully this is legend. Hopefully.
You mentioned he saved in that midway point.
Yes, he did.
So yeah, that suggests he's going to check this and then perhaps reset if it doesn't hit anything. But at this point, you know, this is either going to be Baron Legend or Zonk, because we still do have those 2 spots on the moon that can give items. So it could still be directly Legend at this point.
You are 100% right, Corks. It could be. I have a feeling it might be Legend. Just the statistics tell me that it should be, but it might not be. Who knows? But I feel like this is a long, like, I understand he can save Scum out, but this is a long, like, trek back to do all of this.
Yeah, it's I've done it a couple times. It never feels great, you know. I don't know how much of a save it is. Maybe it's more of a mental kind of reminder that, you know, you have this other option, but we'll know in just about 20 seconds or so.
Yeah, no, for sure. I guess my mentality would just be, I can't go backwards. And I've gone this far, I might as well just go up to the top and see what's up.
Yeah, well, it's like the point you were making earlier where you're wondering, did my opponent do something different? It's hard to chase that after you left it hanging for the moon.
That's true. And it's
Oh,
oh no.
it started with an L, but it was not the right
It's
L
yeah,
item.
wrong L. Is the lunar staff. Oh, it's
Kind of it's almost like a
yeah,
taunt. Hey, you got this from the moon. Here's a lunar staff for you. Remember the moon?
yeah. Remember that's back in pug form. Oh, and it's this walk here where you're like, oh, what have I done? What have I done? Why is
Yeah,
my
well,
opponent
this
not done? That's I think when I run into these situations, that's what I'm thinking.
legend would have been a nice quick go mode for Tybalt, but he will get it from this. This will be the Luca key
Yeah.
after he defeats this blazing wyvern, and then goes down. And I think did we have your friend Walter Hag down in the sealed cave?
Yep. It's a very big pushover to go mode for here for Tybalt. As long as again not, and I get it, but you know those counters, like Tybalt, you're making me just sit on the edge of my seat here. Like you've already done your grind. So yeah, just scaring me with these very aggressive strats. I mean, it works out, but man.
Yeah, I guess when you see close to 3,800 hit points on your Cecil, it probably makes you a little bold, and you just figure, hey, I'm at endgame levels. What's going to stop me? But I do take your point.
Yep. No, and maybe that's just hey, maybe that's why I've never made a brackets. I'm probably just way too conservative in regards to that. I'm the one hashtag buy 10 star veils when you can, always. So
that sounds comfy to me.
It is very comfy, especially when you use them all or you buy 20 cabins and you're like, man, glad I bought 20 cabins because I used like 14. So yeah, so Tybalt is now in go mode. He just needs to go underground, run down the sealed cave, beat Walter Hag, and we'll see. Barde still needs to do his grind, and it looks as though this is interesting.
Yeah, will Barde take the piecemeal strategy of perhaps doing chess, starting with the hair dryers?
Yeah, very interesting. Oh wow, spikes it first try. I have not seen many runners do hair dryers. I mean, is he worried? You have maybe he doesn't know Mac Giant grind well enough? I'm not sure. Yeah, question from chat. I wonder if Mac G's are in his repertoire. I believe maybe, based on what I'm seeing here, that they may not be. Which would have been my play. I mean, personally speaking, I learned it for this tournament. I didn't even know how it worked until like on ramp week 3, I think, whatever it was, those on ramp ASICs. What about your Quarks? Did you know about the Mac Giant grind before this tournament?
I did, but I was heavily rusty and had to kind of relearn all the little efficiency things and the proper setups. But yeah, I've done a bunch throughout these this last month or so. But yeah, just the path Bardic is taking to go mode. Like I was wondering if he was going to just do Crystal Sword, exit out, because he doesn't have to do Ribbon, and we know Ribbon, depending on your setup, Tybalt did such an excellent job on it, but it could be a slog because it is the demist. Was Barde going to skip that? I wonder if Barde is still counting on the Ribbon experience at this point because it is such a large amount.
Well, yeah, especially he's well over the 10 key item threshold there, so he knows he's going to be getting double the experience. So maybe that's the play. Maybe he just wanted another fancy edge sword there. I think it was the Murasame.
I missed it, so I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I'm sure someone in chat had a better view than I did in regards to that. Yeah, he cannot get holy swords, or sorry, can only get holy swords from LC spots and moon boxes. It was a Mursami. Thank you, Rybon, for backing me up with that. As he sees his duplicate Cecil, and on Tybalt's side, we do see Walter Hegg go down. Looks as though some people gained a level. I applaud those who change the names of their characters, because that would I would not be able to do that. So at 131.43, Tybalt's affectionately in what we call go mode. So he will be now using the power of warp, as you can see there, to get out of this cave as fast as humanly possible. He does have the pass, so he will be able to make the quick trek over to Troya and hand through the pass and take the shortcut down to Z.
Yep. Take that shortcut and take this amazingly powerful team. Tybalt did the big grind, and then Tybalt did a bunch of moon spots. So this is a strong team. It would take a large sequence of misfortunes, I think, for Tybalt to give up the lead at this point, especially considering that Barde is not quite at comfortable endgame levels yet. So we'll see how Tybalt handles Z. You know, we still have to deal with the tricky issues with our Edge hero. We'll see if he takes a peek at Edge's agility and makes any adjustments. But yeah, we're headed to Troya.
It's very exciting. I hope that he does just take a quick peek at his Edge there as he smashes the town of Troya with his airship. It happens.
Yeah, shows the agility. Oh, you're just running in and not even looking.
Tybalt,
you madman.
Tybalt, you are. Oh my goodness. Words cannot. So we have some Z flags, and so something is butt cute. Does it have a hat? Does its hat have a hat? So I'm just gonna say this. Sorry, Quargs, I'm gonna steal your thunder. No, you know what? You go ahead.
Oh, you want me to do the butt part?
Yeah.
I could certainly do that. You know, people used to talk a lot about not randomizing Z, but now that we've gone open source, I am hoping to see if any enterprising people can place our final boss in other spots in the game. But until then, we will be fighting the vanilla Zemus script, but probably with a non-vanilla sprite. So let's see, after Tybalt throws his crystal, whose butt are we going to kick tonight?
You are a legend, Quartz. I couldn't have said it any better even if I had tried. I asked question chat. For Enterprise is now open source. If you go to wiki.ff4fe.com, there's some links and tools to find the source package, and you too can tinker with the script, tinker with the code, and do some whatever you want to do.
We do see Barde taking advantage of the high experience offered, as Tybalt is trying to take advantage of a relatively small Zemus sprite known as, who is this, Jack Frost?
I believe so. Yes, I don't know what game it's from, but apparently people in chat know. Hee-ho. I knew Jay Frost was Jack Frost, but Alert Goober, I don't know what SMT is.
That's Super Mario Turtles, I believe. So yep, love that game.
Okay, I've never played it, but I'm as old as the cosmos, so you know, that would make sense. Shin Mega Tenchi, yep, sounds about right.
Well, we had an Eddie in our party way back when, but Edge is about to dart that spoon into Jay Frost on Tybalt's side as the damage is coming out.
It looks as though he's not going hybrid strats, and he's just letting his heavy hitters there wail away. Oh, he's going
Here
hybrid.
comes. Yep.
Sorry, I missed that part. Clearly.
Yeah. Spend all that time and investment on these kids and their big spells. Might as well use them. So yeah, this Jack Frost, I don't think it's gonna last too long. We've got high hit points. We've got high damage.
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't nerf it, could he roll large? He potentially could, but even if he does, your Rosa has 2800 HP, so it would take a large miss menu at this point. Based on the damage I'm seeing being put out, it's about at least 6k from Berserkers. He's going to get a little bit of a heal there, 1300 back, but we'll instantly take some of that back with this nuke here.
Yeah, it's nice. It's fair. Give him a little bit back.
Yeah, it's, like a treat. But here we go. We'll give you 1300 and we'll take 3000 from you. Casual 3k from Cecil. Yep, the snowball guy is eventually going to melt. 9500. Wow. You love to see it. You love to see those near max rolls. Yeah, Palom definitely not pulling his weight.
I'm pushing close to 2200 hit points. Edge above 3k. Cecil closing in on 4k. Rosa at 3. This is a strong endgame team.
Yeah, no.
All healed up.
Again, barring a major miss menu by Tybalt, I love Barde. They're awesome, but I don't see this going wrong. I mean, but hey, I've been wrong before. Stranger things have happened. But
23 hit points on that Palom, but enough to keep the Star Veil up.
Yep. And 17 as it ticks down.
We've got Sap.
Oh, 15. Oh, it doesn't matter. I don't know if... yeah, Tybalt pulling out all the stops here, and
that's it.
That is it.
Good game, Tybalt.
We do have Tybalt completing the race in an official time of 1 hour, 38 minutes, and 27 seconds. So GG to Tybalt winning that. Basically, heart attack seed, I'm just going to call it there. And we have somebody in the booth with us. I'm going to assume that's Tybalt. Hi, Tybalt.
Hello.
Sorry, go ahead.
Tybalt, I got a question for you, Tybalt. You had a very special naming scheme because I happened to cast your race last week. Do you remember that naming scheme?
Yeah, I remember that naming scheme. Am I gonna get burned by not saving? I only lost like a minute. Okay. What? I used all the darts on Val.
That was yeah. We were wondering if you had saved or not, or where your last save ended up being.
I was questioning it myself. I'm like, okay, I can run from it, then it takes 465. Like, ow, oh, where did I last save? Before package. Okay, this is fine. Bye, Porum. You're no longer going to ever be in the party. I'm not doing that again. I'll find Rosa later on.
And that you did. So congratulations. Just take us through your thoughts on the seed in general.
I mean, hey, you start off with an edge. You find an early Masa. I was quite happy with that, to say the least. So, I mean, I can blitz the overworld. If you don't find a second sword for Edge, his magic can actually still get you through some of the early game there, which is nice. I was just hoping so much for a second weapon for him. And also, it's like, have a claw. Have a claw. It's like, claws do nothing.
I noticed you unequipping and re-equipping there in regards to that at one point. But yeah, you spiking that Murasame was actually huge. As your competitor, your opponent, Barde did not find that Murasame, so had a little bit more of a difficult, challenging time, let's say, getting through the overworld, whereas you were just able to slice and dice your way through.
Yeah, I was swapping the cloud for the elemental resistance, either on Kainazo or on the Octoman. I can think of boss names.
It certainly is difficult to think of boss names at a time like this, but let's see here. We're just you obviously know how many treasures you got here, but I'm always curious what the top runner, because Tybalt, I'm calling you a top runner now.
Oh, I'm now a top runner. Oh boy.
He's been a top runner.
No.
So, well, you're 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1. I felt behind when I took that egg white, but I'm like, I gotta do something to get me back into this. I'm gonna fade tower. I'm gonna. Oh look, it's Demus. Do I save on the moon and go check this Demus? I gotta do something. At the end, I'm like, so where are all the key items?
I poked fun and we had fun talking about your little mishap, but I want to talk about one of the highlights of the seat, and maybe you can help chat and help all of us run a little better. When you saw that Demist in the ribbon room, you just kind of, what was your philosophy there? Because that was such a great fight.
The Demist, I already had the Avenger on Cecil. I'm like, I gotta blitz damage fast. Let's just dart everything I can. I got that nice Dragoon Spear from the double red deal. I'm like, let's just blitz damage. If I have to, I'll cast Hold on Cecil or I'll knock him down, but just blitz out the damage as fast as possible. No white.
Yeah, we didn't see a single miss phase, did we?
No, not a single one.
Yeah, that was fun to watch.
So, what was the thinking of taking that chest with the 2 red dragons? That's my ultimate question.
It was a chest I touched. I'm like, I could spike Holy Sword from the moon, which would be really nice because all I've got for Cecil is an Angry Stick.
Okay, now it makes a little more sense. At the time, I was like, you just had the freest Crystal Sword altar in the history of the universe, and then you just said, here, I'm gonna open this box. And
well, let me tell you that extra 2K actually helped out. The experience to get Nuke on Rydia.
This is very true. This is very, very true. As we're rolling through the credits here, you already know, but we all want to know, where is that legend sword? Oh, right and there it is in Baron.
Yeah, so I'm getting to do I do Mura Altar or Cave Valley, and I'm like, I'm gonna do the Pengu special. I'm gonna do the half tower. I don't want to go to the top because I faded that since the beginning. And then I saw it was Luke, and I'm like, oh no, I am so far behind. Oh no. And then it turned into Twin, and I'm like, oh no, I'm even farther behind.
That was a chain your opponent found much earlier, but I just think your early grind, your successful grind, kind of helped you just power through missing that earlier on.
Yeah, that early grind was actually quite huge, because you were just able to use Power Overwhelming to kind of catch right back up after that slight mishap with the reset there in regards to that. But yeah, no, excellent race. We all make mistakes. It's tough under the bright lights here at Free Enterprise Prime, so I totally get that. 100%.
I mean, I thought I had darts for him to be able to take out that egg, and then I was just like, nope. It's like, oh, come on. I want to get for him, at least some of her decent spells, preserve, that. And nope. Okay. Fine.
Well, yeah.
That was.
Sorry, go ahead.
Heavily rooting that you would find a white mage, because I assumed you would kind of skip out on redoing the package, and that you would do dwarf and hopefully get bailed out. And I was kind of, for your sake, glad to see the Rosa show up there. I'm sure you were too.
Oh, I was ecstatic when that Rosa showed up. I was like, oh, thank you. Now I go burn my other siren to get her levels.
Yep. So
And you save. So sorry, Nitsi, but I
Yeah.
did want to point out the save before that next siren.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, we're not gonna have this happen again. No.
I was about to say the second time through you were making sure there were no problems. It just sort of sometimes random fights just go sideways and it happens and you can see that. So yeah. Any final thoughts?
In case you're wondering, and no, I don't keep track of this live at all, but Edge's agility was at 36, in case you're wondering.
We were wondering. Yeah, I was hoping you would check it before the fight, but yeah, 36 isn't ideal, but it isn't also. It's not super terrible, and yeah, you obviously had no problem with Z at those levels.
No, I had already somewhat had what the party order was going to be coming out of Sealed Cave, and I felt pretty comfortable with that. So I got Cecil buffering with the Avenger, and I'll just do, Hybrid at that point.
Yeah, it didn't take a lot of time for you to take Z down at that point. So
Yeah, I didn't even take the time to put any gear on the kid at all. Nothing.
that would explain
Yep.
the low damage that we were seeing. I was wondering about that, and just it's hard sometimes.
Yeah, well,
Passive
when you-
fierce action on both screens.
Yeah, when you feel behind, you just gotta make some sacrifices here or there, and well, Euron Paladin's one of them. He's got enough levels, he can do respectable nuke damage. It's not gonna be quad 9s, but still respectable.
Yep, for sure. Any final questions, Court?
Well, Tybalt is moving to 2-1, climbing up in the group a little bit. And any thoughts on as this group stage continues? Anything you're looking forward to? Opponents potentially?
Not looking forward to, more of scared of. I'm scared of a possible future opponent, but hopefully that'll come like way later near the end. It'll be like the last opponent I have to face.
Yeah, who's the one in your group that?
The one that scares me the most is Invenerable, or Inven.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking now at all the 2-0 folks in your group here. We got the Kyrios, the John Burkhead, Inven, and Frankie Bones. Yeah, and Inven, of course, former tournament winner and all-around multi-year powerful and talented runner. So yeah, that's a big name waiting for you.
Mm-hmm. So.
Well, good luck to you in your preparations and in your next week, and we'll see how much you can get away with not saving next time.
Yeah, totally. You get away with it, 100%. Not save the entire sea, it'll be fine.
And you win.
Yeah, exactly.
Easy peasy every time, just like you drew it up.
Yeah, just don't wipe. Well, thanks again for putting on the restream show. We may be runners and we may be racing, but y'all put it together. Thanks, Dave, for doing the restream. Court and Mitzi, I bet you guys did wonderful commentary. I always enjoy watching these back. And thanks to Xenotrack for
Xenotracker.
Yeah, for tracking. I know I may have made it work a little bit with me resetting that stuff.
For sure. Thank you again for putting this on. If, as I said to Quartz, if it's not for you and Barde, it's just me and Quartz rambling for 2 hours about random things. So thank you so much. It was a joy to commentate.
No problem. Have a good one.
Good night.
Good night.
So, Nitsi, I don't know if you've noticed, but as we were talking to Tybalt, Bardic went into Z at noticeably lower levels than Tybalt, and is so far handling it pretty well.
Yeah, I was hyper focused on Tybalt, so I did not see what Barde threw together. But yeah, your farm at 1200 HP, your Rosa at 1700. This is I mean, it's not dicey, but it's not free. Not saying that any Z fight is free on this spike set. I'm not sure what his Edge's agility is. So
Yeah, I mean, anytime your Rosa is under 2K or under even 2100, I mean, that is a tricky spot. Looks like going for nerfs. So we had performed throughout a slow, got hit with the counter nuke, which probably isn't a bad target, and we'll see if that nerf was effective, and it was. A really nice job by Barde.
Yep. Even on battle speed 1, and I'm not sure what Barde's battle speed is, you can pull it off. It's not. It's challenging, like at beginner level. I wouldn't recommend doing that at battle speed 1, but if you're along in this game, you run, enough seeds and understand the dynamics of when you need to throw those spells to counter Z's phase checks, then you can definitely nerf those big bags. And you see here that Rosa is going to resurk up the edge, and we definitely see that J. Frost is in the second phase as he is throwing nukes and not viruses. And regards that, also thank you Tybalt for subscribing for 43 months. That's a lot of months. Appreciate the support. And this looks as though we're gonna keep Form down. Unfortunately, Kane does not benefit from that heal, unfortunately. But it's okay. Kane's good. Look, he's Green Kane, like Green Lantern. Cozy.
Yeah, would be good camouflage in the forest, but we're kind of like flying through the core of this moon in space or something. I don't know exactly where we are, but we're there.
It's definitely a unique place where time has no meaning, and
we are
we just arrived.
That's great. I mean, this is a heck of a fight. Barde's not going to win the race, but a much trickier Z fight and very well managed on Barde's end. And that's it. GG to Barde for completing the seed, and our runner-up tonight.
Yes, GG to Barde in official time of 1:52.56. He has politely declined the interview, which I completely understand. It might be late where they are at, and totally understand that. I've been in that situation.
Yeah. And just despite the no interview, I do again just want to highlight the rare one of the rare spots where a racer completes a seed, no Big Mac Giant. Barde did that early routing to top a tower to find kind of his path to go mode, and eventually through Fame Arch, and just a really kind of an atypical fight for this flag set, I would say. They're put on by Barde and really well done. So definite congrats to Barde, and going to be a very tough opponent for whoever faces him next.
Absolutely. I was just taking a quick peek at that part of the pods. The Warlock group it's got some pretty tough people. Kyrios, John Burkhead, Invent, Frankie Bones, Tybalt, Tall Grant, Beauty and Discovery, Barde, Bad Karma.
Yeah, they can all beat each other up pretty good in that group.
Yeah, so I couldn't tell you if you asked me right now at week 3. I couldn't tell you who's going to be the top 6. It could be anyone who's in the tournament at this point.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. But yeah, definitely one of the few times that I've seen no actual like Mac Giant grind to get things done, and doing it first try and just showing us how you can roll in and you don't have to use power overwhelming. So I applaud Barde for their separate grind strategy. Oh, again, another 68. I applaud
the exact treasure count on both the runners.
I don't think I've ever seen that in all the races I've ever done of Free Enterprise. So that's a first.
Yeah, different paths to Z, different paths to 68 chests. We have a symmetrical knight here. But unfortunately, our broadcast night, I believe, Nitsi, is coming to an end. I've enjoyed casting this race with you, with NG Dave handling the restream and Xeno track, or I guess we should say Xenocat actually doing the tracking. There'll be plenty of more matches to watch. I don't know what's on restream tomorrow, if that's been decided yet, but there'll definitely be tons of matches to watch via Khadgar. So join our Discord to, we got channels set up that will tell you about all the matches, which ones are restreamed, and the ones that aren't typically have links to the Khadgar, and you can maybe even have a little Discord chat watch party as you kind of take in that day's races. So that's where we're at, Nitsi.
Absolutely. Not to, self-plug, but I am racing against, oh my goodness. I forget who my opponent is tomorrow. That's pretty bad. It's Matic. We're racing at 8 o'clock, so
there you go.
8 o'clock Eastern. So there are going to be a lot of races. I see a lot of races on Thursday. So absolutely, stay tuned. Follow the Free Enterprise channel when it goes live. We might be here. There might be other people who are amazing who are here. But again, Quarks, amazing. I think this is the first time we've commentated together, and it's been a blast. I had an amazing time. Again, as you said already, shoutouts to Xenocat and NG Dave behind the scenes, making sure that nothing goes on fire and blows up. But on behalf of the entire Free Enterprise team, I'm Nitsi, and I'm with
Korgs.
And bye for now.